There is a silent detail that can deeply affect how others perceive you, without you even realizing it's there. Bad breath. It doesn't cause pain, it doesn't show up in the mirror, and it's rarely pointed out directly by anyone. Yet it can completely change how people react to your presence. Conversations become shorter, closeness decreases, and social impact weakens. The most concerning part is that most people cannot smell their own breath. The brain adapts to constant odors, making it nearly impossible to detect the problem alone. That's why understanding the root cause is the first step to truly fighting it, not just masking it. Many believe the issue starts in the stomach, but in most cases it actually begins inside the mouth. The mouth functions as a living ecosystem where hundreds of bacterial species coexist. Some help maintain balance, while others multiply excessively when the environment allows it. When this imbalance happens, these bacteria feed on microscopic debris, such as food particles, dead cells, and proteins found in saliva. During this process, they produce strong-smelling compounds, the true cause of bad breath. The most common mistake is trying to solve the problem by eliminating all bacteria with aggressive products. This may create temporary freshness, but over time, it produces a dry and unstable environment that favors odor-producing bacteria. The goal is not to destroy the mouth's natural environment. It is to restore balance. And this balance begins with an essential factor that is often underestimated: saliva. Saliva is the mouth's natural cleaning system. It regulates bacterial growth, removes microscopic particles, and neutralizes substances that could generate odor. When saliva production decreases, the environment shifts quickly. The mouth becomes drier, debris remains longer, and odor-producing bacteria find ideal conditions to thrive. This happens more often than most people think. Mouth breathing, long periods of talking, low water intake, frequent coffee consumption, stress, and sleep deprivation all reduce saliva flow. A dry mouth becomes the perfect environment for bad breath. That's why a powerful natural strategy begins with something simple: consistently stimulating saliva production. This is not about drinking large amounts of water all at once. Small and regular stimulation throughout the day is more effective. Foods that require active chewing, such as apples and raw carrots, act as natural brushes. They stimulate saliva production and help remove debris from oral surfaces, reducing the material that feeds bacteria. Another frequently overlooked factor is the tongue. A large portion of bad breath originates from its surface, not the teeth. The tongue contains microscopic grooves where particles become trapped, creating an environment where low-oxygen bacteria multiply and produce strong-smelling compounds. Brushing teeth alone does not remove these residues. A natural approach includes gentle daily tongue cleaning, without excessive force, abrasion, or harsh products. Simple mechanical removal can significantly reduce the bacterial load responsible for odor. There is also a deeper influence. What you consume shapes your oral ecosystem. Diets high in refined sugar and ultra-processed foods favor odor-producing bacteria, while foods rich in natural compounds help restore balance. Green tea may help reduce the formation of odor-related compounds, and fresh herbs like parsley and mint contribute to odor neutralization. Their benefit goes beyond temporary freshness. They help modify the internal environment of the mouth over time. Another natural ally gaining attention is coconut oil. Used traditionally in oral care, it contains properties that make it harder for bacteria to adhere to oral surfaces. When used moderately as a light rinse, it may help reduce the buildup of bacteria associated with bad breath, without alcohol, dryness, or disruption of the oral ecosystem. Nighttime breathing is another silent contributor. Sleeping with the mouth open drastically reduces saliva production for hours. By morning, the environment becomes dry and ideal for odor. Proper nasal breathing during sleep helps preserve natural moisture, and simple adjustments, such as staying hydrated during the day and avoiding heavy meals before bedtime, can help minimize this effect. Eating patterns also play an important role. Going many hours without eating can reduce saliva flow, while constant snacking keeps debris present in the mouth at all times. Balance comes from structured meals with proper intervals. This allows saliva to perform its natural cleaning function and gradually reduces the substrate available for odor-producing bacteria. The result is not just fresher breath, it is a more stable and healthier oral environment. If bad breath were just a brushing issue, it would disappear with basic hygiene. But many people brush, floss, and use mouthwash, and still notice the problem persists. That's because, in many cases, breath is not only a local issue. It reflects internal processes. It doesn't start in the mouth, it simply shows up there. The body eliminates waste in different ways, through urine, sweat, stool, and also through breathing. When metabolism is balanced, this happens quietly. But when something slows down, the body looks for alternative routes of elimination, and one of them is the air you exhale. A common factor behind this is slow digestion. When food is not processed efficiently, part of it remains longer than it should in the digestive tract. This extended time favors fermentation, which generates gases. Some of these gases can be absorbed into circulation and eliminated through the lungs, resulting in breath odor that does not respond to oral hygiene. One modern habit contributes directly to this: eating too quickly. Chewing is the first stage of digestion. When food is not properly broken down, the digestive system receives a heavier workload, increasing the likelihood of fermentation. Proper chewing is not just a traditional recommendation, it is a real preventive mechanism. Nighttime eating patterns also play a role. Heavy meals late in the evening require prolonged digestion, while metabolism naturally slows during sleep. When digestion extends into the night, the formation of byproducts may affect morning breath. A simple adjustment is to prioritize lighter evening meals, allowing the body to complete most of digestion before deep sleep. Intestinal transit is another important factor. When bowel movement is slow, waste remains longer in the system. The longer the retention, the greater the chance of forming compounds that influence breath. Regular intake of natural fiber supports intestinal movement and helps maintain internal balance. Overconsumption can also contribute. High-protein diets, for example, are common. While protein is essential, excessive intake over time can generate byproducts if not fully processed. Balance is key. Stress is another frequently overlooked influence. It affects digestion by reducing digestive secretions and slowing intestinal movement. It also changes breathing patterns, often making them shallower. Lower oxygenation within the body may favor processes that contribute to odor. Stress can also affect stomach acid production, and both excess and deficiency may interfere with digestion, potentially reflecting in breath over time. Sleep quality is equally important. Insufficient rest affects metabolism and reduces the body's ability to perform repair and elimination processes. When sleep is inadequate, digestive and metabolic efficiency declines, increasing the likelihood of byproduct formation. Simple sleep habits, such as maintaining regular schedules, reducing stimulation before bedtime, and keeping the environment dark, can support metabolic stability. Another helpful habit is gently stimulating digestion in the morning. Drinking water upon waking may support intestinal movement and reduce prolonged retention of waste. The respiratory system also plays a role. Frequent nasal congestion or habitual mouth breathing can alter the internal environment. Mouth breathing promotes dryness and changes airflow, which may contribute to persistent odors. Prioritizing nasal breathing and maintaining adequate hydration throughout the day help preserve respiratory balance. Eating rhythm matters as well. Long fasting periods may alter energy metabolism and, in some cases, lead to compounds that are eliminated through breathing. On the other hand, constant snacking prevents the digestive system from completing its natural cycles. Regular, structured meals with proper intervals support efficient processing and elimination. When viewed from this broader perspective, bad breath is no longer just a social inconvenience. It becomes an indicator, a signal that internal balance may need adjustment. And the solution rarely lies in aggressive interventions. It lies in consistent habits, proper chewing, lighter evening meals, stable sleep routine, stress management, regular eating patterns, hydration, nasal breathing together. These adjustments help transform the internal environment. And when the environment changes, breath changes too. Not by masking, but by addressing the root cause. If this helped you see bad breath in a completely different way, take a second to support the channel. Like this video so more people can discover natural ways to fix the root cause, not just hide the symptoms. Share it with someone who might need it, but would never hear it directly. And comment below, what surprised you the most about what actually causes bad breath? Your feedback helps us create more content that truly makes a difference.